abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Oh, button up, Raphael.
What are you doing here, Metatron?
Hey, you called, I answered.
I called for Gabriel, and that was several days ago.
Gabriel's a little bit tied up, so look, you got me. I'm a lot more fun.
This is important.
I'm sure it is. So listen, I'm all ears. Tell me what's on your mind. Try this again. Raise the gates of hell, Raphael.
Samael is here. Saw him a few days ago.
The old angel of death, huh? Well, this is District 13. It's bound to happen. So, what's he been up to?
Still corrupting the souls of men for his own sick pleasure, I presume. Last I saw, he wore a human face and laid hands on a man in a public park. Part of one of his deals, I'm sure. We only spoke briefly. He's as distasteful as ever.
I know where you're going with this. I haven't heard any news from upstairs about the war. Probably they're just up to their usual infernal work. God said not to interfere. Not yet, at least.
It's more than that, Metatron. I don't know precisely what he's doing, but he's trying real hard to blend in and making extended contact with local mortals. I don't think this is so much infernal, but more apocalyptic. You know what that means?
Yes! Most of this human race will be destroyed in the crossfire. Cities will fall, mountains will crumble, oceans will dry up. Pestilence, plague, chaos, yada, yada, yada. Yes, I heard the stories, but that's not the time.
Then when is the time? When the city is destroyed or worse? I can't sit idly by and let Samael do his bidding.
Then do something about it. You only need God's permission for every last little thing.
The demons want this, you know. The death, the destruction, they revel in it.
Well, now you got me.
I was afraid of that. I should go. I'm late for my shift.
The medic thing, right? It's funny, for somebody with so many powers of healing, that you choose a profession where you're not permitted to use them all the time.
The unsaved too can be injured, and if I can't heal them as an angel, I will as a man. Don't worry, I can see a saved soul in front of me. No one deserves to die before they can repent. Sometimes, mortals just need a hand to hold more than a spirit to pray to.
Whatever you say, Raphael. Look, I'll keep an eye out, and we'll figure out what Samael is up to. There's a new angel of death in town. Not that way. That is enough appointments for now. I must be going soon.
Understood.
Is there something else, Abraxas?
Far be it for me to judge your priorities, but I feel I should tell Your Highness has a large amount of backlogged appointments. If I may. I would recommend holding court in order to cut back on the list of requests.
Are there any that take priority?
Oh, just standard infernal bickering, treason, espionage, and two warring families both alike in dignity.
I see. Let them know that I will hear them out as soon as I have returned.
Also, there's a particularly corpulent merchant lord who seeks to review your daughters and offer trade trade for mating rights.
I doubt he can afford one.
He's seeking 6, Your Highness.
6?
He's a particularly insatiable fellow.
He'll get 1, and only if one approves of him. I will not send off my daughters to mate with some greedy bastard they can't stand to look upon. Is there anything else, Abraxas?
Well, there is a matter of budgeting, which should really be addressed soon.
Sooner rather than later would be preferable, Samael. Away with you, steward. This is between us.
Abraxas can stay, Lucifer. And yes, the sooner it will be. As I'm sure you know, tomorrow on Earth is All Hallows Eve. The lair between the living and the dead is thinnest, so I imagine things will be very busy.
I'm well aware of this, brother. But things are equally as busy here. Do you know how far behind we are on the budgeting?
Yes.
Then why does your trip to the mortal world take precedence over hell?
It does not take precedence, Lucifer. Just schedule the meeting, and I will be there.
Very well. I still do not understand why you spend so much time in such a filthy place.
Now, if there is nothing else...
No. Nothing else. I expect to see you after this foolish holiday has passed. We will discuss the budgeting then.
Forgive my words, Your Highness. But why do you allow yourself to be judged so harshly?
I cannot expect him to understand. Lucifer tends not to think of anyone but himself.
As I've said many times before, it should be you leading hell, not Prince Lucifer. Clearly you have our best interests in mind, and yet still find the ability to care for the human world. Maybe that's what hell needs. A leader who has everyone's best interests in mind, not just his own.
I appreciate it, Abraxas. Really, I do. But I do not think usurping Lucifer is a good idea at this time. Things are unstable down here enough.
Whatever you decide, my lord, I will support you. Forgive me if I've spoken out of line.
No, it is okay. You're entitled to your opinion. Just ensure that it remains only that.
Of course. You should be leaving soon. I will look after things until you've returned.
Thank you.
Tomorrow is Halloween, as most humans call it. It is a very interesting holiday. It has many names and is celebrated or condemned for so many different reasons. A thinning veil between the living and the dead means very little for hell. On Earth, it can be quite dangerous. For most humans, Halloween is nothing more than dressing up in costumes, both beautiful and grotesque, and traveling house to house, accosting the occupants to reward their costume with candy. The celebration can extend to a masquerade that includes everything from humans sticking their heads into buckets of water in hopes of finding an apple, to engraving pumpkins with faces and illuminating them with candles. For the Satanist who knows that demons do exist, Halloween is the time they feel closest and most connected to us. We are offered more souls willingly and without anything in return more often on this day. It is also the time when black masses are held. District 13 holds the largest black mass in the entire world, as it has the highest population of Satanists who know the truth. A focal point of the ceremony is summoning the devil. As Lucifer would never appear before humans for such an event, I usually end up forced to take his place. It's a very strange sort of ceremony, even for me, but as long as human Satanists continue to willingly hand over their souls, I've got to keep appearances.
Hail, Satan, whose names are innumerable: Belial, Leviathan, Baphomet, Mammon, Lucifer, son of the morning.
Bring unto me into this house truth, wisdom, enlightenment, and strength. As the sun rises in your name, so shall we rise.
Ave Satanas.
For witches, Halloween usually revolves around the celebration of harvest festivals, most predominantly the Celtic Samhain. Samhain marks the end of the harvest season, or the beginning of the witches' new year. As always, District 13 holds the largest Samhain celebration in the world, resulting in a lot of drinking, dancing, and fornication. Rebecca's family is a pillar of the local witch community, so naturally she manages to hold on to that excitement despite the pressures of her job.
Well, it is the only holiday we're allowed to decorate for, so.
Sam has his reasons.
Yeah, sure. How do we know those reasons have everybody's best interest in mind?
What is that supposed to mean?
He blew up a factory last week. Did you not notice that?
It was the only way to defeat the Wendigo. Think of how many lives we saved by taking it off the streets. Alex, you too?
I'm not saying he's our enemy. I'm just saying we don't know what he's capable of.
Come on, Alex, be honest. He's violent, he's unpredictable, and he's incredibly, incredibly powerful. Blowing up that factory was not the worst thing he's done, and you know it.
I've already gotten that taken care of. The press thinks it's a gas leak.
Yeah, and how many times are you going to be able to keep cleaning up his messes, Captain?
Sam is an asset to our cause. Think of all the knowledge he holds and how influential he is to the paranormal community. And yes, he is incredibly powerful, but wouldn't you rather have him on our side than against us?
And how sure are you that he's on our side, Captain?
Ladies and gentlemen of Philadelphia, it has been an honor serving as your councilman. But today, I officially announce my campaign for Senator of Pennsylvania. This may come as a surprise due to my short term in the city council, but if we're going to make the changes that I have promised, I'm going to need a seat on the United States Senate. With your help, the citizens of Philadelphia, really make a difference in this world. And while on the topic of crime, I would like to point out that Philadelphia's crime rate is down 7% since last year. Now I know that is a small number, but it's a slight step of the scale, leading towards a safer city. Philadelphia is one of the oldest cities in the nation and one of the greatest and most well-known to boot. I have and will continue to do everything in my power as councilman to keep this city safe. And if I continue on to Senate, I will work to ensure the safety of the entire state of Pennsylvania. Whatever it takes, we can take this city back.
How could this happen? I will get to the bottom of this straight away.
No need, Dahlia.
But Leon, your office.
It's okay. There's nothing valuable here. And I already know who's behind it.
You mean...
Yes. He's caught up to me. Again. Right on time. Dahlia, is my task completed?
Yes, I've made sure of it.
Good.
You
have a press conference at 2, a meeting with the mayor at 4, and you have an interview with the Inquirer at 8. Busy day?
I can handle it. Also, put a call in for me to the district attorney's office.
For what?
Vince is getting a little too close too soon. It's time to put a speed bump between us and the 13th precinct.
Has the father opted to speak with us yet?
He's outside getting some air. I figured I'd give him a minute.
As you will.
Mortals, Sam, sometimes need time to collect ourselves.
For every moment that he wastes, more pertinent information may be forgotten.
Let us handle that, okay?
We gotta figure out what's going on in there. Sorry I'm late, guys. What was code 13? Is it credible?
I would say so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, who's our lucky victim today? Werewolf? Thought they returned to human form when they died.
They returned to how they were when they were born, actually.
Am I missing something here, Alex?
Most werewolves were originally human beings turned into werewolves. However, some are descended from a line of pure werewolves. They are born into this, like Alex.
Purebloods, you can call us. Actually, this one's name is Mira Tarashenko. She's 23 years old and has lived here in Infernal Heights.
Okay, who found the body?
The father found her when he came home from work. When he called it in, we immediately called it a code 13, so only our paranormals could come out and check.
Glad you did that. Goldberg would be going nuts if he saw this. Is that the father I saw as I was walking in?
The adoptive father, actually. His name's Frank Tarashenko.
Alright.
And he adopted her when she was just a pup.
I got 2 puncture wounds.
The 2 puncture wounds on the victim's neck are the only visible signs of trauma to the body.
Definitely don't look like they're from a vampire, though.
Nor do I think they would be welcomed in this neighborhood. Infernal Heights has its own personal neighborhood watch to keep its streets safe. Whoever did this, they did not attract attention to themselves.
And there's all this.
Okay, Alex, so what is this?
We do not know. These were left here by our perpetrators.
So, you don't even know?
That is what I'm telling you, Vince. We've contacted Captain Burroughs. Perhaps she could shed some light on this situation. And perhaps someone could speak to the father.
I'll handle the father. I know what she was going through when she was just a kid. You guys wait here for Captain Burroughs?
Thanks, Alex. Sam, I'm a little lost. What's going on?
She's checking the room for remnants of residual energies.
This is no crime of passion. There's an energy here, but it's not the oppressive heaviness of anger or lust. It's not personal. No, this is the energy of magic. I suppose that's obvious, but it's not the kind of magic that I'm comfortable with. It's not the kind that I would associate with. There was a lot of people.
How many?
Between 3 and 8. I can only see the ones that are all the same.
The ones that are all the same.
What does that mean?
Faceless people, featureless.
Ghosts, maybe?
Ghosts have features.
Pale. But not like a ghost. Too pale. Damn it.
It's okay, Rebecca. You tried your best.
Alright. Any sign of forced entry?
Well, no, none that we could see, but it doesn't really matter when there are people who just teleport their way in.
Oh, was that directed to me?
When was the time of death?
Between 9 o'clock last night and 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. Father came in from his late shift and found her lying here, poor guy.
So, was this necklace hers or did the killer leave it?
That was there when we arrived.
Father said Mira's had that since she was born, a family heirloom of some kind.
Well, any of these items could be used in any number of magic rituals, but what really concerns me is this rune here.
Okay, what is it?
I do not know. Never seen it before in my life.
It's fantastic.
There's a circular disturbance in the blood pattern here. Something round was placed on the table before the blood fell and then removed after.
Yeah, I'll get some measurements. I'll see if we can figure out what it is.
Okay. Well, send me some photos. I'm gonna want to look at those when I get back.
Yes, ma'am. What, are you leaving us so soon, Captain?
Vince, it's Halloween. The veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. Ghosts will be cropping up everywhere, which means I am going to be very busy. Keep me posted.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day. I hate this holiday.
Ghosts are mortal souls that have not yet crossed over for one reason or another, and they remain bound to a location, person, or item. That is except on Halloween. It is on this day and this day only that the spirits may roam wherever they please.
I remember what you and your friends did to me last year. And I'm gonna hunt each and every one of you down so you get what you deserve.
Check the vital, look at the light. stabilize his neck and get ready for surgery.
Proverbial is right. Check for metal.
For angels and demons, our ability to read mortal souls allows us to see ghosts whether they want to be seen or not.
Raphael, tape measure. Charging. Clear. Again.
Yeah.
Charging. Clear. The whole machine is shut it out.
Start manual CPR.
What?
Do it.
Where are you going? Raphael, what the hell are you doing? I need you down here. What are you doing? I was told to be back.
Hurry up, get him on here.
What the hell are you doing?
Get my back.
Ready?
Nice place. I expected a lot more computers, though.
Yeah, I usually try to keep all that stuff at work.
You don't spend much time here, do you?
How can you tell?
This place is immaculate. I mean, your space at work is covered in candy bar wrappers and empty energy drink cans and bags of chips. There's not a crumb or a speck of dirt anywhere.
Are we trying to say I'm a slub?
No, trust me. I've seen a lot worse. I have some clients that make you look like Martha Stewart.
Oh, yeah?
I had this one client once. He was a troll.
I get it. I just don't want to hear about troll sex before, yeah, our sex.
Good point.
I'm sorry. Really? Right now? Flint speaking. No, I get a day off for a reason, you know. All right, whatever. I'll be there soon. All right. Okay. Bye.
Work?
Yeah, I just gotta go in for like a half hour, 45 minutes tops.
Flint, if they need you.
They always need me. What about what I need? I'll pay for the extra hour.
All right, if you insist.
I do. Thank you. Just make yourself at home. I'll be back soon.
Mr. Tarashenko told me that he adopted Mira when she was 15. He had a homeless shelter around that time, and she just came right in.
Did he say anyone who may have wanted to harm Mira?
He did implicate her human boyfriend, Sean O'Brien. Said he was one of those wannabe paranormal types. Said he was only dating Mira because she's a werewolf.
Yeah, he doesn't really think a kid could be responsible for what we just saw in there, does he?
We did say Sean was a part of the occult practices. Might not have been good at it. Doesn't mean he couldn't try.
Where can we find him?
Recognize this girl, Mr. O'Brien?
Yeah, that's my girlfriend, Mira. Why, your father put you up to this? What's that bastard saying now?
Where were you yesterday between the hours of 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock?
Just playing my tunes in the city.
Can anyone verify that?
Yeah, the thousands of people that walked by and tipped their hats at me.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Do you practice witchcraft, Mr. O'Brien?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. Why?
We have already investigated your apartment.
It's safe to say you did a little more than practice there, Sean.
I'm pretty well versed in the dark arts, if I must say.
Is that so?
Yeah, I can curse people, I can make them fall in love with me. I can even bind demons.
Somehow I doubt that.
So what's up with Mira? Anything her dad says is bullshit. She'll vouch for me, I swear. Ask her. Ask Mira.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sean, we can't do that.
Why?
This is why.
Mira? What happened?
She was murdered. Last night. At her house.
How's this even possible?
That's what we're trying to figure out here, Sean.
I don't understand. Mira's like the strongest person I know. What, would they get her with silver?
Not really.
Do you recognize any of these symbols in the pictures?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but what are they?
All right, that sounds great. Okay, I'll definitely be there. Okay, Adam. All right, I'll see you tonight. All right, bye. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Alex, you got a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
I was wondering if you wanted to come over for dinner. With my girlfriend Jessica and I, at our new place. She wanted us to invite someone from work so we can start making friends or something.
Oh, that's really nice, sweetie. But I already made plans. I'm sorry.
Okay, some other time.
Yeah, sure. But we gotta get going. We have another call out.
It's gonna be in the same place as last year. Does look like we're gonna have twice as many people coming.
That is good news, Doyle.
You'll be there, right? Of course, if you want to.
Relax, I'll be there. You just say the words.
All right, great. Newcomers will be happy to see you. Oh, and also, my wife gets to be the altar this year.
That's great.
Right on.
Hey.
Hey.
What's wrong with Doyle?
Oh, tonight is the Black Mass.
Oh, you,
Yes, I'm going.
really?
Yes, it can be quite silly and oftentimes over the top.
Why are you going?
That's a good question.
Esposito.
In the war between angels and demons, humans are the ones that are caught in the middle. Why do we care, you might ask? They are weak, fragile, closed-minded, and fully dependent on too many things to survive. But it's not about the human's flesh and blood. It's about what makes them human, the soul. Souls are the single greatest power one can possess. When a human dies, their soul is released, either to heaven or to hell. The more souls each side possesses, the stronger they become. This is why we make deals with them. This is why I appear to the Black Mass every year. Another Satanist confirms another soul sealed to hell, to us. While I find many of these ceremonies unnecessary and a bit absurd, gaining their souls is much more important. One night of worship is worth it.
Alright, I'll let them know. Thank you. Bye. Guys, it was the coroner. Turns out our victim, Mira, completely drained of blood.
Vampires, magic rituals, they tend not to go hand in hand.
Well, that's the thing. Coroner said he found no saliva on the wound. In fact, he believed the two marks were made by a puncture tool of some kind. And I looked at the photographs myself. They weren't made by any teeth.
So we still don't know who's behind this.
Well, I can tell you unequivocally, it wasn't any vampire.
Hello, gentlemen, lady. I went over the crime scene photos and I made a rough sketch of the ritual site.
So, what do you think?
Well, I think that it's a lot more complicated than I thought it was. If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, sure.
in rituals of this caliber, the circles and the symbols inside of them tell what kind of magic the spell is meant to do, going from the more general information on the outside to more specific as you go in.
And then you know what the symbols mean?
Well, some of them. For instance, this one here, that's the Triskelion. It means that this is a high magic ritual. The Triskelion is the symbol of the 3 prime elements, light, darkness, and spirit, or any combination of the 3.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, it means that whoever did this isn't just your standard witch. It means that they're a sorcerer or a sorceress. Now, most witches can only use the 4 cardinal elements, earth, air, fire, water. So someone who can use the prime elements is pretty rare and pretty powerful.
And what of these symbols in this row?
Well, this circle tells you what kind of elements are being used in this ritual. For example, this is the symbol for the prime element of darkness, and this is the symbol for blood, which is a little unusual because blood isn't normally used in witch rituals, and it's not even really an element, at least not in standard tradition.
And our victim was completely drained of blood. Would that be related?
I'm sure it must be, but I don't know how it would be in the context of this spell. As for these symbols, I don't know what they are. I've never seen them before in my life.
Well, if you don't know them, what are the chances that dumb kid knows them? Then we are out of suspects. We must let Sean O'Brien go.
All right, I'll go let him know.
Thanks, Alex.
Well, don't worry, guys. We'll catch our killer.
I hope.
Oh, and by the way, Chris is going to ask when to get dinner.
Why is he gonna do that?
Well, you know, Jessica thought it would be a good idea to grab one of their coworkers and help them make new friends. Okay, good luck.
Don't you do it. Don't you even... Sam.
It's a capacitance charge equation. So you got Q, that's the charge of the actual capacitor, and then you see it's an actual exponential function, you know, base E, so it's natural. And you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, do you?
No. But you really are a genius, aren't you?
Sometimes. Can we not have any psychoanalysis, psychoanalysis?
You're right. I'm sorry. You're not paying for a psychiatrist.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, this is me. Infernal Escorts, this is Selene. Of course, one moment. I gotta take this, I'm sorry. Okay, so who and what are you? Because that's gonna affect your rates. So, I just finished my paramedics exam. I read the handbook cover to cover, but I don't recall reading anything about circling the scene with salt.
Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed about that. Now, you said you were really open to things in this world, right? Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I do. That's not what this is about, right? Raphael, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you.
It's okay. I may have overreacted.
No, not really. That was a bizarre call. I mean, it suddenly got so cold in there I could see my breath. The defibrillator started working just out of nowhere. When does that ever happen? We saved that guy's life. So who cares if you had to lay some salt to make it happen?
Thank you.
You can tell me next time, though. I
Next
promise
time I will.
I won't laugh at you.
Next time I will.
Oh, by the way, Would you be interested in coming to dinner tonight with Chris and I? We were talking about it and we decided we'd both invite a coworker so we could start making some friends.
How very thoughtful.
So do you think you can make it? I know it's Halloween night and all, but it'll be really fun.
Sure, I'll be there.
Okay. We're gonna meet up at around like 7. I can't wait.
I'll see you then.
Burroughs.
I thought you told me everything was secure.
Is something wrong, Miss Roberts?
Something is very wrong, Captain. My whole fucking case just flew out the window.
Could you be more specific?
The Kate Matthews case? I was just blindsided by fabricated DNA results. They know the samples were altered and they threw the case out. Walter is free.
Oh no.
How the fuck did this happen? How did they find out we altered the evidence?
I honestly don't know, Miss Roberts, but I will find out, I promise.
You better. We can't afford to have an internal investigation because of this fuck up, or we're all going down.
So, I knew this necklace was very old. It's authentic, handmade, not something you can buy in a store.
Can you tell from which part of the world it originated?
I called a friend who specializes in this kind of stuff, and he said it is like back in ancient Europe.
I see. Thank you for your assistance, Alex.
You're welcome. Yeah, I bet this necklace was handed down from generation to generation.
That is what I am told.
Yeah, I know exactly what this girl went through. You need to catch the person who did this.
We will, Alex.
Hey, Sam.
Yes, Chris. What can I do for you?
I was wondering, well, it was my girlfriend's idea. I know it's Halloween, but I was wondering if you'd maybe want to come over for dinner tonight? Kind of a meet and greet thing, if you're not busy, that is, and of course if you want to.
I already have enough to worry about this evening, let alone placating a bunch of humans over a dinner that I will not be eating. I can't help but feel sorry for Chris, though. He's so far over his head he doesn't even realize it. It would mean a lot to Rebecca to appease him.
Sam?
All right, Chris.
Really? I mean, really?
Yes. I take it that Vince could not oblige?
Oh, yeah, Vince. I already talked to him. He said he's already having someone for dinner.
Of course he did.
But anyway, glad you can make it.
Yes. What time?
Around 7?
Very well. I will be there.
Great. Jessica's making a great meal. You're going to love it. I'll see you then.
Okay.
Flint.
What?
I'm back.
What's up?
I'm sorry about that. Vampires can be really tricky customers sometimes.
It's fine.
Well, moving on. We've each gotten work out of the way, so no more distractions.
Sounds good to me. What the fucking hell? What? What is it, Leonard?
Sorry, sometimes when a large angry black man charges at me, I get a little bit nervous.
The hell you want, Leonard?
Something burning?
No. What do you want?
Well, as you know, tonight's Halloween, and on All Hallows Eve, the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead is the thinnest.
So? What's your point?
Oh, well, I brought my equipment. I wanted to see if maybe you wanted to go to some old buildings and see if we can catch anything.
Let me think about that. No.
But maybe we could even try...
No more distractions.
Dinner with the humans, Black Mass for the Satanists, find Mira Tereshchenko's killer, meet with Lucifer at the Senate on the taxation issue. Sometimes I wish I simply went out to fulfill my own selfish desires like my fellow brothers. But then hell would be left all to Lucifer, and I shudder to think of what that might entail. He's very arrogant, self-centered, sometimes downright delusional, but he's still very competent. As a matter of fact, maybe I should ask him for something this time.
Asshole.
I have known Lucifer since before there was time. I still stand by his side when so many have left. Convincing him to help me in a matter he sees as trivial takes a certain method, one that I have perfected over the millennia. Let's see how well it works.
This is what you came back for? To show me photographs of your murders? I thought you'd come back for the taxation hearing.
No one on Earth can decipher those symbols. I know that you have mastered every language in existence, and can recite most just from memory. I felt confident that you could tell me what those runes mean, seeing as how your knowledge of history is so vast, greater than that of anyone in the world.
You are correct. I suppose I am the only one who can achieve this. Ah, these symbols are Vincha.
Vincha?
Vincha is a very ancient Eastern European alphabet consisting mainly of ideograms and one of the written languages as yet untranslated by humans. I haven't seen symbols like this in eons.
But you can translate them.
Of course I can. I just need to consult some books in my library. I can have these deciphered after the taxation hearing with the Senate. That is, if you plan on attending, Samael.
Yes, Lucifer. I will be there.
Wonderful. I look forward to it.
Me too.
Sorry to disturb you, Highness. Would you please meet with the Merchant Lord? He's very persistent about your daughters.
Very well. You can arrange a meeting with my daughters, but I will be unable to attend. I have dinner plans.
Come on in, Sam.
This way.
This dwelling is just as small and unfurnished as the others I have seen. I see they've spared no expense on technology, however.
You can take your shoes off at the door if you'd like.
I'd prefer not to.
Hi, you must be Sam. I'm Jessica, Chris's girlfriend.
Yes, it's nice to meet you, Jessica.
You really dressed up nice.
He dresses like that every day.
Humans always find my attire to be strange.
Well, I think he looks awesome.
Except this one.
Really? I love the black on black on black look. It really works for you.
Thank you.
Just make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
So would you like to have a seat or something?
I prefer to stand.
Alright, well the game's about to start.
There's a game?
Yeah, you know, Redskins, Eagles.
I'm not sure that I follow, Chris.
Football.
Ah, yes, football. I don't follow the sport.
Yeah, well, what sports are you into?
I don't follow too many, but I've been partial to gladiatorial combat.
Right on.
Right on what?
Not this again. Excuse me.
I'll get it.
I've been here all of 10 minutes. I don't know how long human dinner parties normally last, but I hope it doesn't last much longer. This evening hasn't been too bad so far.
What are you doing standing there? Come on in.
Thank you, Jessica. You have a lovely home.
That voice sounds like... There is no way. It cannot be.
Sam, this is Raphael. Raphael, this is Sam.
The humans cannot possibly understand what they have just done, inviting an angel and a demon into the same room. Occurrences like these often leave entire cities in ruin, and here we are, the Archangel Raphael and I, in the same human's chambers. I could attempt to fight him right here, but why not make the most of the situation and have some fun? He clearly cares more for the lives of these humans than I do. Let's test his love for them.
It is a pleasure to meet you, sir. Raphael, is it?
Yes, Raphael.
Maybe this evening will turn out to be entertaining after all.
Hey, Captain. Is Sam or Vince around?
Believe it or not, they have off tonight. Why, do you need something?
Lucky them. Do you remember that case I was telling you about, the ghost case?
Ashley Morgan, she was raped and murdered, and now she's hunting down the people that killed her. There's one left.
Yes, and I think I might know where he is. I have a contact down by the feeding ground. He says he knows Jack Shaw and where he might be.
Well, excellent. I'll go with you. I kind of need to get out of the office.
All right. Let's go.
have not spent this much time in Raphael's presence since we met in combat during the war in heaven. If only our brethren could see this moment, the Archangel Raphael and Prince of Hell Samael sitting together, guests of honor to a dinner held by two humans who don't even believe that we exist.
So sorry about everything being so cramped.
It's alright, Jessica. Everything's lovely.
What about you, Sam? You've barely eaten anything.
It's a well-cooked meal, Jessica. I'm particularly fond of this arrangement of tomatoes and basil in the boiling water.
You mean soup?
Is that what you call it? It's fantastic.
I think mine needs a little more salt.
Sam, do you need any salt?
I'm fine. Thank you, Raphael.
So, Jessica, how do you know Sam?
Oh, he works with Chris in the police department.
The police department?
Yeah, we work in homicide. We don't normally have the same shift, but we see each other from time to time.
Really? How long have you worked there?
4 years.
4 years. I've been in Philadelphia for a long time. Surprised I didn't run into you before.
Well, it is a very large city. You know, lots of innocent people living here.
So, Raphael and I work together at Engine 13. We're paramedics. It's not always an easy job.
I imagine so. You try your hardest to save people, but after all, you can't possibly save them all.
Yeah, we actually had some really strange cases recently.
Oh, come on, Jess. No one wants to hear about this.
Nonsense. Jessica, please go on.
Well, in the past 4 weeks, we've had 3 men in their mid-20s drop dead from heart attacks.
Oh my, that's horrible. Do you have any idea what could be causing it?
I wish I could get more information, but I've called the doctors and, you know, they're so busy at the hospital, they can only tell me so much.
That's very unfortunate.
And the weirdest part is the second one was in his apartment when he died. There was this huge satanic altar and there was a bowl of actual blood.
My, you don't see things like that every day, do you?
It was a first for me. I wonder if they're somehow related.
Satanism is a truly ignorant religion. I can't see how anyone can worship a lesser being as their savior.
Maybe a lesser being by your standards. But who's to say that the lesser being will not someday surpass God? How do you know he's not getting stronger as time passes?
I suppose some fools could believe that, but I don't think they could comprehend spending an eternity in hell for a few meager gifts.
I find that Satanism is also about independence. The freedom to make your own decisions. To fight back against a tyrannical God who seeks to turn everyone under him into spineless servants.
Only a selfish, misguided fool could believe such a thing.
I'm gonna go check on dessert.
I'll give you a hand.
You see, this is why I hate religion.
What are you doing here?
I was cordially invited here to dinner by Chris. Aren't you listening?
You know what I mean, Samael. What are you doing here?
The same thing as always. Doing everything I can to make sure my kind prosper and progress while you waste your time helping the helpless.
You're such arrogant filth, all of you. We should have destroyed you when we had the chance.
And perhaps you would have, if you had dared to have your own minds, instead of living under the thumb of God. Well, you've missed your chance. I should thank you. With the time you've given us, we've become more powerful than you can ever understand.
You want to put that to a test?
Was that your big gambit?
I didn't do that.
It would seem Raphael and I are not the only presents occupying this apartment tonight.
Thank you for wondering.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yes. What happened? Are you sure that it was Frank? I will meet you there.
So sorry, but I must be going.
Is everything okay?
It will be. Thank you for the invitation, Chris. It was nice to meet you, Jessica. And it was a pleasure meeting you, Raphael. Good evening. Well, I think the hearing went well. The Senate seemed pleased with their new taxation.
I agree. More than anything, I'm pleased that you made an appearance.
I said that I would. Why wouldn't I?
I had feared you'd be too busy meddling with the lives of mortals.
Lucifer, I would never put human affairs before that of hell. Not ever. I know that it seems like I've been trapped between two worlds, and maybe on some level I am. I also know that it's very easy to fear that I may someday leave hell behind and start my own life on earth as our brothers have. But that will not happen. I owe my loyalty to our cause and to you.
I see. Thank you for saying that, Samael.
Of course. Now, have you had any luck translating the Vinci symbols?
Yes, actually, I have. As you know, this first ring details that this is a high magic ritual set forth by a very powerful sorcerer. The second ring details the prime elements that will be used.
Blood and darkness.
Precisely. Then there's the third ring. These are the symbols of the wolf people of Eastern Europe who were worshipped as protectors of the livestock. They were wolves who could take the form of man, progenitors of werewolves.
Our victim was wearing a necklace. I was told it was a family heirloom. A werewolf that worked for us named Alex was able to date it back to ancient Europe.
Then this woman must have a line that can be traced to the wolf people. Very few werewolves have such a bloodline anymore.
And what do these Vinci symbols in the third row mean?
I'm not yet certain. I have identified 3 symbols. This one represents the wolf people, this represents death, and this represents nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Empty. Blank. The absence of something. Your victim was obviously intended as the release of energy and the donator of blood used in the ritual.
And what of the circle in the center?
I have never seen this before. This circle is only half complete. I do not fully understand it, but I feel that this ritual is incomplete.
So what you're saying is we may be seeing more of these.
Rituals require sacrifices. This may be the first of many.
Lucifer, do you have any idea what purpose a ritual like this could serve?
I do not know. But based on the nature of its dark contents, whatever the purpose is, it is most certainly evil and powerful, and it is not yet finished.